This is TWiT.
I like your stories this week, Jeff. Here's from Ion Design at aiga.org. We spoke with the last person standing in the floppy disk business. There is somebody still selling floppy disks. His name is Tom Persky. He's the founder of floppydisk.com, a U.S. company that sells and recycles floppy disks. They will also, by the way, transfer your data off of a floppy disk if you need that.
Because you have no means to do that.
Yeah, right. Wow. Here he is with his little floppy disk factory. Wild.
Well, he actually buys them. He buys them from any source because they've stopped making them. So it's a diminishing resource that he has.
Yeah. He was
using these.
He says 20 years ago I was actually in the floppy disk duplication business. Not in a million years did I think I would ever sell blank floppy disks. Duplicating disks in the 1980s and early 1990s was as good as printing money. It was unbelievably profitable. Who knew? Again, hot sauce to celebrities or duplicating disks. My paths were many, but I failed in every case to follow them. He was a tax lawyer in Washington, D.C. Left his practice with Price Waterhouse, moved to California, started doing floppy disk duplication. And there they are. There's the duplication machines. They're kind of ratty. A
little worse for the wearer.
They are getting a little ratty. So AIGA asks him, so where does this focus on floppy disks come from? Why not work with another medium? Well, anyway, it's
just like the stories about the last typewriter repairman.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are probably places with brand new floppy disks. He says the most in demand is the standard 1.44 megabyte, 3.5-inch blank floppy. I would say the most valuable are currently the 720 kilobyte double density disks. Of course, there are especially 8-inch disks for which there is a very small demand and of which we have only a small inventory. They're absolutely irreplaceable. The same could be said about quad density.
I threw out boxes of these things. I could have sold them to the guy.
I wonder if the same thing, like valuable. 78 records went through the same kind of, long tail. Long tail.
I just read a book from the 40s, or from the 60s, The View from the 40th Floor by Theodore White, who became famous for having written later The Making of the President in 1960.
Oh, yeah.
This is a roman à clef about the folding of Collier's magazine. You would say Collier, but I'll say Collier.
I wouldn't say it. Matt Mullen would say Collier.
Yes, exactly. So at the end, a spoiler since you're never going to read it, the magazine's fold. And the newsroom does black bunting in the newsroom using typewriter ribbons.
Oh, you can get those are inky though. You get your ink on your hands.
Well, they're leaving the place.